Hi, and welcome to the iCubes Basic Platform Training. Sending a campaign from this platform is a very simple process. This user-friendly interface lets you easily upload a database and segregate it if required before you release your mailer. For sending a campaign, all you have to do is upload a database and do the segregation if required and release your mailer. This is a very simple and easy process. On screen now is the login page wherein you will have to enter the username and the password. These details will be shared to you post your sign-up process. Using these login credentials, you can access your account, send mailers, view the reports and everything. Clicking on the Submit button, you will enter the dashboard of the iCubes panel. The dashboard will be showing you the synopsis of your entire mailing process, including the reports, statistical data, and calendar. Moving ahead to the first module, the List module. This is where you will have to add in your database as a CSV file. To get started, click on Add List and from there the mailing list. The mailing list creation will require basic details like the list name, the sender name, and the reply to address. The list name can be anything depending upon your requirement, like a master list or just master. The sender name is what will be displayed on your emails when they appear in the end user's inbox. Using your company name would be more relevant. Moving ahead, the reply to address is a mailer's from address. Giving a valid email ID with an ID that sounds pleasant will work much better. Using reply to addresses like no-reply@abc.com or do not reply@abc.com is not encouraged by the ISPs. This will affect the mailer's deliverability. Apart from the basic appearance of the reply to addresses, having an authenticated domain with DKIM and SPF is mandatory. Further ahead, using your corporate domain is never encouraged by the ISPs. This is a precaution taken by the ESPs to keep your parent domain safe. When hovering your mouse over the list name, few options like edit, delete, etc. will be visible. The Attributes button from this lets you segregate your list. The iCubes system provides 15 default attributes for users to choose from. On screen now are the various default attributes. In cases where there is a requirement to add in attributes apart from those mentioned in the default tag, like purchase behavior or transaction details, click on Add Attribute option. Here, you are free to add in attributes that suit your requirement. Once you have entered the details, click OK. The next small tab on the master list will be your Upload Contacts. Clicking on this, you will be able to upload your database into the platform. On screen now is a sample of the CSV file. It is mandatory that the first column be nothing but email. The attributes follow. Now, click on the Continue button. In the next step, you will have to map the attributes with a value that appears default on the system. Further ahead, you will be asked to verify the details and then go ahead and import the list. Close the tab and refresh your iCubes panel. Next online will be the Proof Contacts. The email IDs mentioned in the Proof Contact list helps the user in the pre-mailer testing to check the alignment as well as the inbox placement. To add in a Proof Contact, click on Add Contact and enter the email ID. Now, check the Proof Contact button, make sure you have chosen the correct list, and fill in the attributes of that particular list. Once set, click on OK. This particular contact will be added as a proof contact in that specified list. Untick the Show Proof Contacts and you get to see your entire contacts in that particular list. The proof contact will be specified in particular. Moving ahead, we have an optional module called the segmentation module. This module helps you segregate your audience according to the specific requirements you mention as a condition. To generate a new segment, click on Add Segment. Enter an appropriate segment name which is for your internal reference alone. Clicking on the Add Condition button, you have two parameters that pop up, the attribute and the activity. The attribute parameter will have a list of all the attributes you had mentioned while entering the CSV. Let's choose gender and set the value as female as an example. The next parameter is the activity parameter, wherein you can see the join date, the send details, the opened and clicked data as well. Each segment will be having a lot more options like clicked over a link in the past n number of days, clicked over a particular message, and a lot more. The example chosen here is of those who have joined before a particular date. The number of conditions you can add in has no limitation on this platform. According to your requirement and according to specific campaign requirements, you can have those who have clicked on a particular link over a particular date range or anything that suits your requirement. The AND or OR logic between the two conditions is also applicable. In case you have a set of conditions that has to be separately satisfied, add them as a separate group. The same procedure of attribute and activity continues here. As you can see, the first option here is a join date, the second being those who have clicked on a particular link or a particular message. Herein, you will have to choose the message name and click OK. You also have the AND and OR option between the two group of conditions. Here, as an example, let us take the female condition alone and generate the segment. Closing all the other conditions and keeping the first condition alone, let's move ahead and click on the Save and Close button. To get this segment going and bringing it into action, you will have to click on the Generate button. Upon clicking this button, the system pulls out the people from your list who satisfy the condition that you have mentioned. To have a look at the number of people who have satisfied your condition, all you have to do is try switching between the list. Switching back into the list wherein you had generated the segment, you can see the active contacts appear in that window. Moving ahead to the next module on the platform, the Message module. Clicking on the Add Message module opens you to a window wherein we have a 5-step process of message creation. In the first step, you will have to enter a message name, which is for your internal reference alone. Next, you will have to choose the appropriate mailing list and, if necessary, a particular segment that you want to target within that list. To exclude a few recipients from your entire list, add them as a suppression list and enter it in the Select Recipient column. Moving ahead into the Edit Message window, we can edit and recreate our HTML creative. As always, the subject line is of great importance when it comes to email marketing. Having an option to personalize the subject line again proves to be of worthy in the iCubes panel. The From name and the From email ID will be automatically mapped depending upon the details you add in when creating the list. Adding in the HTML creative into the iCubes panel has 3 modes. Either select the appropriate template from the 33 default templates on the platform, or import your URL, or import the file from your system. As you can see, the design of your HTML is now visible on the iCubes platform. You can now insert personalization tags, enhancers, or even images into your HTML. The enhancers like the unsubscribe, the web version, the Facebook share, or LinkedIn share is made available on the platform. Adding in the web version at the top of a mailer is always considered a best practice. Now, let's try adding a few more enhancers and aligning them into the center of the page. We are now adding the unsubscribe, the send to a friend option, and also the Facebook share option. To align these enhancers towards the center, select them and click on the Center Align button. Apart from these basic enhancers, the iCubes platform also gives you a provision to add in personalization tags within the content. Let's say hi and call out each and every person on your list by their first name. Editing the font color and the font size is also made possible. Inserting an image or replacing an image from your content is as easy as seen on the screen now. Select an appropriate image and click on the Insert button. To add a hyperlink, click on the image, the hyperlink button, and type in your URL. Once done, click on OK and your hyperlink is set. To have a preview of your mailer, click on the Preview button and check for the alignment and other details that you have added in. Before moving ahead for a testing of your mailer, you need to include the text version of the mailer as well. Go to the text version and click on the Paste HTML content, or copy the HTML content from the design version and paste it over the text tab. Now, before going for the actual mailing, you can go in for a quick test. This is for your internal reference and helps you check for the alignment as well as the inbox placement of your mailer before shooting the entire campaign. If you wish to do an A/B split testing, there is an option for that as well. With this particular testing method, you can check for the engagement of the mailers before shooting them. Moving ahead to the Test and Proof section, you can have a look at the inbox placement and also check for the blacklisted IPs and domains in your list. The report for this test will be made available in the My EA Report Card section. To send your mailers across to the proof contacts alone, select them and click on the Send Proof button. Next is the Set Delivery option, wherein you can either send it right away by clicking on Now or click on Later and select the appropriate date and the appropriate time for sending the mailer. Once that is set, you have the fifth and final step to review the entire campaign, check for the details, and then click on the Schedule button. Once done, close the tab and you can check for the status of your mailer by selecting the appropriate list and also the status that you would like to check. The status of your message can be seen towards the right side of your screen. Once you are satisfied, you can go ahead and close the Messages tab. This is how you can send a message from the iCubes panel. For further details, drop a mail to training@icubes.in or support@icubes.in. Thank you.